Do you want a more immersive experience? Thrustmaster T150 force feedback racing wheel. Official PS3 and PS4 licenses, and also PC compatible. Rubber coated wheel grips. 1080 degrees of rotation. Adjustable force feedback. Large metal sequential pad. Optimized ergonomic design. Mixed belt, pulley, and gears system. Thrustmaster. Enter into the real driving world.
A good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Formula SimRacing 2018 Pro Championship. We've been waiting long, the winter has been very long, but it's finally time to kick things off here today. My name is Felix from Delft. For now, I will be alone here, but I will be joined shortly by a co-commentator named Scrivens. He's just a little bit later. Anyway, we are in the qualifying session already. I think we're about 5 minutes in. Yeah, that's correct, 5 minutes in. And at the moment it is Brioni at it's Brioni that's the quickest in the session so far. However, let's take a look on board with Luca D'Amelio. Of course, the new season will give us new cars and new races. Last season we had 29-ish style Formula 1 cars. Now we have 2017, 2018 style Formula cars, which makes things quite interesting. You can see here wide tires, wide wings, very high cornering speeds, and you can see it on the lap times as well. Quite low and quick lap times. Luca D'Amelio trying to set a good lap here, looking quick so far. He's already in third. Let's see if he can improve his lap time. If any of you guys in the chat have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. I can imagine there are a couple of burning questions in your heads about all the new rules and the new cars in the season, of course. This season will consist of 12 races instead of the 16 we had last year. That's mostly to compensate a little bit for it's to have a bit more time in between races to give the drivers more time to prepare for the races, and then therefore hopefully also have a bit better racing inside the races. Luca Emilio finished his lap and did improve and is now into second place, so very nice for him. Pisano Brioni is on his outlap. He is in third at the moment. It is rather close in the top 10 so far. The whole top 10 within half a second, so that is incredibly nice to see that it's all so close to each other. Now he is about to start his lap. Let's see what he can do. Coming into turn 1. Hard over the curbs. Just opening the DRS now. First zone. Of course we will have DRS as well this season. Excuse me. Coming through turn 3. Now turn 4. Quite a tricky session. Easy to lose the rear of the car, especially in the qualifying mode. Qualifying mode is enabled in these cars, so the drivers have about 100 horsepower more to use in qualifying. However, if you use this mode in the race, you will most likely not make it to the end of the race, because it is it wears the engine. It's just like real F1 basically. If you put your Honda engine on qualifying mode during the race, you're not gonna make it to the end of the race. Here we go though. Brioni coming through the very quick turn 11, turn 12 section. Coming up to turn 13. We do not have the DRS zone that Formula 1 had earlier today on this back straight. Now coming through turn 13, looking strong so far. Last couple of corners, very quick right-hander. A lot of G-forces being used there on the tires. Now the last corner, quick on the power, not lose the rear, open the DRS. Let's see what he can do. And he does improve his lap time, 120.142. Provisional pole position for the Italian driver for Musto Racing. A very, very nice job from him. Now let's take a look. Valerio Nicolella is just exiting the pit lane. Let's see if I can find anybody on a lap. A lot of outlaps at the moment. Joop Thijs. Let's see. Here we go. David Santos is on a hot lap, I think. Oh, very loose through the exit of turn 12 there. Almost lost the rear of the car. Definitely won't help his lap time. A little bit wide on the curb as well. Touching the grass. Now turning it in for the left-hander. Slow corner. Ooh, the car can get a little bit loose there. Rear tires overheated after that third sector. And then just the last corner. Very tricky and lost the rear of the car. Let's see. Ivan Leonov as well at the end of his lap time. Or at the end of his lap. Last couple of corners for him. Now coming through the last one. See what he can do. At the moment in P6. Only half a second off the pole position time. Let's see what he can do. Improve himself by about 2/10. Fourth position for now. A very nice job from him. Couple of people on outlap still. Lawrence Doherty also on an outlap. Let's see, Cameron Roger is also on an outlap. A lot of people on outlaps, trying to find somebody that is not on an outlap. Pro Championship this year, by the way, will consist mostly of, or will consist basically only of individual drivers. Most drivers are signed with a team. However, it doesn't cost any money to register a team. So any driver can sign up. You don't need to be signed with a team or anything, which makes it easier for drivers that just want to drive, don't necessarily want to be in a team. Right, Jaapie Thijs has been on a lap, by the way. I have missed that. I think he just finished that lap, a 19.970. Very nice lap time indeed. Puts himself on provisional pole position. 8 minutes, just under 9 minutes remaining in this session. So, nice job by him. And I think Gerlof de Vries is also about to finish his lap. Let's take a look. Here he comes. Improvement for him. It is. Goes up to P5. Nice job from Gerlof. Now let's take a look at Matthew Tewson. He has just finished the second sector in the third sector, coming through the last section of this track, the Melbourne track. Of course, you've seen it earlier today. Probably a lot of people woke up very early to watch the Formula 1 race. It's a tricky track, and especially in the qualifying mode, it is easy to lose the rear of the car. And you definitely need to watch out, especially in the slower sections. Matthew Tewson in P12 at the moment. I don't think he improved by much. A couple of tenths, perhaps. Yeah, 1/10 improvement for him. So not a massive improvement. Brioni is still on his out lap. Bojan Bogdanov is on a hot lap at the moment in 10th place. Doing a good job so far. Now coming through to the 11-12 section. Extremely fast corner. Throw it in there. Just missed the anti-cut on the left side. Just missed the anti-cut on the right side as well. A bit of gravel there on the left side to avoid people from cutting too much. Now into the last corner. Just clips the inside apex. Nice job. ACR Academy driver. Goes very wide through turn 14, and then again the rear tires get very warm at the end of the lap, and you see that in the second to last corner. Now coming through the last corner, P11 it was for him, and it is up to P11. No improvement for Bojan Bogdanov at the moment, so he is gonna have to try once again if he has the laps for that, because the same rules for qualifying apply as it did in the last 2 years. You have 12 laps to do your qualifying session. That includes your in-lap, your out-lap. So if you mess up one of your hot laps, you will only have 3 tries left. So you basically have 4 hot lap tries to set a qualifying time. If you mess one up, then you won't have a qualifying time. No. Very loose out of the exit of turn 11. Hit the curb and hit the gravel as well. And definitely won't be finishing that lap. Eugene van Loggerenberg is also on a lap. Turns it in to the same corner. Keeps it on the asphalt this time. Or this time he does. The Italian driver had a little bit more difficulties with that. However, let's see what Van Loggerenberg can do. Last couple of corners goes wide and he abandons his lap. Probably to avoid getting that extra lap and maybe being able to do one more lap. So we will have to keep an eye out on that. Cameron Roger is about to finish his hot lap. Coming out of the last corner. Opening the DRS and oh, spinning out of the last corner into the wall. And that's your lap time gone. He was on an improvement, I believe. Rather good time so far. Sector 2 looked very decent for Cameron Roger. However, ending it in the wall definitely won't help it for your lap time. So he's going to have to try again. He's still got 1 try left. So no worries for him, but he needs to make sure he finishes the lap. Now Lawrence Doherty, ACR Academy driver. We've seen him in the 2016 and 2017 season as well. Has been struggling a bit. His pace always has been up there. His pace has been good. However, I think he struggled a bit finishing races, having incidents. Ooh, it's qualifying. Also not going very well so far. Clips the inside apex of turn 12 and bounces over the curb into the gravel trap. And again, his lap time will be gone. Now Joupi Thijs on his out lap. Currently your pole sitter doing a very nice job. 3.5 minutes remaining in the session. So there might still be an Italian around the corner, which name is Tisano Brioni, that can try to knock Joupi Thijs off that provisional pole position. He's gonna have to improve by almost not almost 4 tenths, just over 1.5 tenths. But that is still quite a job to do. Not very easy. Now let's see on board with Joupi Thijs. He's about to come out of the last corner. On the power he goes. A bit loose on the exit, but keeps it pointed in the right direction. Over start finish he comes. Turn 1, it's a little bit busy. Hopefully they don't get in his way too much. He hits the inside apex nicely. Opens the DRS for the back straight. Coming up to turn 3 now. Yellow car getting out of the way nicely. Braking very late. Going a bit deep into the corner. And then having a bit of oversteer on the exit of the corner. However, I don't think it's too bad of a first sector. Now let's see what his first sector time is actually. It is a 27.75. That's not a good sector time, and he also abandons his lap. So Zhao will not be doing another lap, and let's see if he can keep that pole position. Now main driver to look out for is Tisano Brioni, coming through first. There's quite a lot of traffic in front of him. Hopefully that doesn't get in his way too much. Now first sector looked okay from what I saw. 27.434, not too bad. However, Yao was 2 tenths quicker there in his fastest lap time. Second sector, ooh, turn 8 or turn 9. A little bit too much on the power. Spins the car into the wall. End of his qualifying as well. He won't be doing another lap. So Lawrence Doherty, the next driver, third at the moment. Can he improve? He's about to start his lap. So let's take a look at his lap. Coming over start finish now. DRS is wide open. Getting that extra top speed. So far clocking about 321 kph. Not too bad. One of the higher top speeds, I think. In the middle. Let's say that. Turn 3 looked good. Turn 4 also nice and stable. Sometimes doesn't have to be opposite lock through all the corners to be quick. Now let's see first sector time. 27.181 purple first sector. So this is gonna be a good lap for the Lawrence Doherty. Turns it in nicely for turn 9. Misses the inside apex by a little bit, but the exit seems to be good anyway. Now coming up to turn 11, turn 12. Let's see what he can do there. Nicely turned in. Bit of understeer, but keeps it clean. Now, second sector was a 22.0. Also very decent. Should be still on for that pole position if you ask me. Last sector is all gonna be decided yet though. Braking keeps the car pointed in the right direction. We've seen a lot of drivers oversteer here in the second to last corner. Now out of the last corner. Bit of oversteer. Trouble trying to get on the throttle. However, is it going to be enough for pole position? Lawrence Doherty, it is. Very nice lap time, 1:19.881, and by only 88 thousandths of a second, he's quicker than Joupi Thijs and puts himself on the pole position here for the first race of the Pro Championship, and he is visually happy with that. waving his car all around here on the straight. And a very, very nice job by him indeed. Ivan Leonov is still on a lap and also on an improvement. Let's see what he can do. Doesn't seem to be quick enough for a pole position. However, maybe he can sneak himself up to P3. Maybe even the first row. First sector 27.411. Second sector. I don't have at the moment. Doesn't seem that they won't give me the second sector time. So, I don't know. We're gonna have to see when he comes over the line. Oh, there we go. Second sector, 22.2. Not the best second sector. Don't think it's gonna be enough for a big improvement. However, let's see what he can do. Was P5 and keeps P5. Lap time improvement, but it's not enough for a another position. So that is it for the qualifying session here for the Pro Championship. Oh, my apologies. Lawrence Doherty with a very nice lap time on pole position, followed by Jaupi Thijs, and then it's the Italian Tisano Brioni, and then Luca D'Amelio on 4th place, and then Ivan Leonov on 5th. Alright, very nice indeed. I think we are just going to have a short break of about 5 to perhaps 10 minutes. Grab a cup of coffee, because the race will begin after that break, and the drivers will be getting ready to start that race. It will be a very exciting race, hopefully. Yeah, so stay tuned, grab a cup of coffee, grab something to eat, and we will be right back.
Hey man, I got that new 10Max Thrustmaster wheel. It's going down.
Xbox One?
I can't wait to play when I get home.
You'll let me play?
Yeah, after I play first.
No, I'll race it for it.
Well, I have to hand you.
chance to catch. No, now he's gone for it. It has been an absolutely astonishing season.
Welcome back, ladies and... wait. Almost. Yeah, we are live. Sorry. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still on for the first round of the Pro Championship here for the 2018 Pro Championship. It is going to be a very nice race. If you just tuned in, my name is Felix van Delft, and now I am joined as well by Dylan Scrivens. Welcome, Dylan.
Sorry I was a bit late, but I'm here, ready to go. I'm sure everyone else is ready to go. Should be an exciting race to start off the season.
Yeah, definitely. It will be a front row, all set by the ACR Academy drivers. Lawrence Doherty was on the pole position, and next to him will be Joupi Thijs. So ACR seems to have quite good pace so far. Let's see what they can do in the race. The race is going to be 44 laps long. What do you think, Dylan? What do you think is going to be happening in the race? I mean, 44 laps. The tires of choice, we've got 3 tires that the drivers can choose. We've got the ultra soft, the super soft, and the soft tire. They need to use at least 2 of those compounds. So either the ultra soft and the super soft, or the super soft and the soft, or the ultra soft and the soft. What do you think is going to be the most common strategy?
Based on my experience and the way I've been practicing, and I've been practicing with everyone else, I would expect a 2-stop. But I can imagine some drivers might find the tyre wear a little bit more difficult than others, so maybe some will do a 3-stop, I'm not sure. But, you know, I think tyre wear will definitely be crucial during the race.
Yeah, definitely. These tyres they're different than the tires we've had over the last season and 2016 season as well. These tires are quite sensitive. I mean, if you over push them too much, if you go too quick into corners, if you just lock them up slightly or even lock them up massively, then you will just lose the tire. I think we're gonna see maybe even people that lock up heavily in turn 1 for some reason, and then just need to pit because they have such a big flat spot on their tire, and the tire is just 10-20% worse than the tire that they have on the other side, that they just need to pit to not crash immediately out again because of the tire that is so much damaged.
Yeah, certainly. Like one small lockup and you have massive vibrations and lack of grip and everything all together. It makes it really, really difficult.
Yeah, it's all going to be very, very interesting to see. Pro Championship, I don't know at the top of my head. Do Pro Championship drivers also have the mixtures?
Yes, they have the 7 mixtures and the quali boost, but it's not supposed to be used in the race.
No, yeah, I told about the quali boost already before. So these cars we have for this season have 7 different fuel mixtures. So that means mix 1 uses the least fuel, and mix 7 uses the most fuel, but then of course has also the most power, and mix 1 has the lowest amount of power for the engine. All those modes don't affect how much the engine wears, so how quickly the engine damages.
Degrades over time.
Degrades, yeah, exactly. However, there's also a qualifying boost mode. I said that before in the qualifying, but maybe some people have missed it. There's a qualifying boost mode that drivers can switch on in qualifying that will give them about 1 whole lap of boost, about 50, I don't know at the top of my head, I think it's about 80 horsepower extra on the engine.
If you give me a minute, I'll find it for you, but sure. I think it's around something like that. So
it gives them quite a lot of more power, but also the engine wears really, really a lot more. They can basically do 1 lap, maybe 1.5 laps if they save the engine a little bit. But after that, the engine will the engine will just blow, and you will end up DNFing if you do that in the race. If you use this boost in the race, you're gonna have a very, very tough time, and you will find out probably quickly after you touched the button to turn it on. Anyway, Qualify or the warm-up session
So
is over, and I think it's about time to get started. What did you want to say? Sorry.
I was just going to let you know the quali boost is about 60 horsepower added.
All right. So 60 horsepower still quite a lot of horsepower extra.
Yeah, definitely.
So is
And
there
I think from mix 1 to mix 7, about 7 difference. Quite a lot.
right? Yeah.
So yeah, in quali mode, instead of using mix 1 or 2, because around here the fuel usage is quite high, so you have to use a low mix to finish the race. If in quali mode you're then using mix 7 and boost 2, it's nearly 140 horsepower.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. So yeah, the race is about to start. Warm-up is over. Let's see. We're just waiting on the race director to switch the session. 30 drivers. It's gonna be interesting into the first couple of laps, I think. Pro is, of course, always known a little bit about crashing and chaos in the first couple of laps. Maybe a few people are just tuning in to see the chaos. But let's hope it doesn't go all too crazy. Yeah, but I'm sure we'll see some incidents. I mean, it's just gonna happen. There's no way to prevent that really. But let's hope it stays relatively sane.
Clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Incidents will be inevitable, I think, at a track with this many drivers, but one would try and avoid most incidents as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So the drivers lining up on the grid for the first time this season. Formation lap will begin and Lawrence Doherty will lead the way. His first pole position and perhaps more to come in the rest of the season. But we're gonna have to wait and see for that. First this race, after that we can talk about the next ones. But Dylan, can you please take us through the grid for today's first race of the season here in the Pro
Certainly.
Championship?
So, on the front row we have Lawrence Doherty and Droppy Toes for ACR. Then, second row is Jan Brioni for Musto Racing and Luca D'Amelio for Drillers. Ivan Leonov for Netrex and After Vries for Flag to Flag on row 3. Eugene Van Lagerberg, Tom Oldenmenger in 7th and 8th. Nico Lupini, Eric Kubek round out the top 10. Following down we have Cameron Roger, Bojan Bogdanov, Valerio Nicolella, Anderson, Gerard Battler, Marco Massetti, Thomas Adrihami Hadisoa, Indrek Remitz, Frank Godraki, David Santos round out the top 20. Following down again we have Rome Tissinger for GP, Argil Riaz, David Rodriguez, Janice Walborn, Michael Wilson, Cass Reitveld, Claudio Cunha, Thomas Lenz, Bas Gallia, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Occhipinti.
Guillermo Occhipinti.
There we go.
The Italian way.
Yeah.
Interesting grid, 30 drivers, we said it before. It's gonna be hectic in the first few laps, but hopefully everything goes relatively cleanly. Lawrence Doherty, he is gonna be the man to watch though. Pretty big gap, by the way, to his...
Oh, it
behind.
looks like Roma Tissinger is starting from the plane.
Alright, yeah.
Could be a sensible decision.
Bit at the moment. Could be, yeah. Could be a good decision for him, but we'll see about that. Lawrence going slow to his grid slot now, trying to close up the field a bit more, because the brakes will cool down if you sit along on the grid, and if you're on P1 and coming into turn 3, you might need those brakes.
You've got 30 cars coming.
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying to make sure those brakes are nicely warm and up to temperature. Top 10 all on the ultra soft tire, of course. I think a bit further down I'll see a soft tire on the Musto car of Valerio Nicolella. And a super soft tire I see on the car of Matthew Tucson, I believe. So, some different strategies. Let's keep a lookout on those drivers. However, it is now time to start this race. Waiting for the lights to come on. Smoking engine already in the back. And here we go. Lights switching on. We've got 5 lights and we are racing. Lawrence Doherty has got a relatively clean start. A bit of engine smoke coming out of the cars behind him. However, coming into turn 1, he is still first. Coming into turn 2, a bit of traffic coming through there. But it seems to go all well so far. Now coming into turn 3. Let's see if everything still goes nice and well. So far, it seems like a really good start here by the pro drivers.
Yeah, definitely. It seems very clean, I think. Oh, there's someone around turn 4, I think. There's a couple of front wings off. It's gone a bit messy, actually. It was very clean up until then, but... yeah, there's a couple of cars off in the rear.
Yeah, well, always things like that will happen. However, at the front, still Lawrence Doherty leading. And he has already pulled out 6/10 of a gap to his teammate Jaupi Thijs. The Italian of Tisano Brioni is also looking on the rear of Jaupi Thijs. Let's see if he can make a move. Perhaps he's pretty close. Maybe onto the start-finish straight. DRS will be deployed 3 laps in, so they will still have to wait another 2 laps. If Van der Steer there through the second to last corner. Won't help him coming onto the back straight. Of course, Melbourne is a difficult circuit to overtake on. It's got straights.
Yeah, we saw that this morning.
Yeah, we saw that this morning indeed, even with the extra DRS zone they had. We don't have that DRS zone. But we're gonna have to just see and wait to see what happens. But I think we will see some overtakes happening.
Oh, Cameron Rogers making a move on Tom Aldermenga. Turn 4 or
side
3.
by side through turn 3. Now coming through turn 4, Cameron Rogers into turn 4
P8.
first. Yeah, P8. Nice job. And the ghost speed.
Clean move.
Yeah. Didn't see everything of it, but from what I saw, relatively clean. A little bit of wheel banging, but that is fine and also nice to see.
Yeah, a bit of respect always goes a long way.
Yep. So opening lap was a 130.3 by Lawrence Doherty, 131.0 by Jaupi Thijs. So a bit slower so far. However, only 1 lap in. That's not everything lost yet for Jaupi Thijs, obviously.
Yeah, it's very close at the top. Top 4, all there or thereabouts. And once we get the RS, we see some interesting moves coming on, possibly.
Yep. Keeping a look out. Now, also the cutting rules for this year have changed a little bit. However, I'm gonna stop talking and look at Gerlof de Vries. He is really close to the back of Eugene van Loggerenberg. 6th position for now for Gerlof, doing a great job so far. Now, through the first sector, gonna be difficult in the dirty air. These cars can get a bit difficult to maneuver. But so far,
yeah, certainly.
Gerlof is doing a good job. Trying to maybe save a little bit of fuel as well. That's the beautiful thing about the engine modes. You can turn the engine down whenever you want, and you can turn it up whenever you want as well. At least for the fuel mixers, of course. We've talked about that before. So he can, if he thinks I'm getting stuck here behind Eugene and I don't want to really use a lot of fuel to get past him, I will just save a little bit of fuel, and when the time comes, I will make that move with more mixture and a bit more power than in my car as well. So
yeah, so you can run a lower mix for a couple of corners, maybe a couple of laps, and then go, well, more power in a straight with the RF, then you can maybe get past, depending on how the car how it's using their mix.
Exactly. So strategies are perhaps a bit more complicated to follow as a viewer, but I think they are a lot more interesting as well.
Yeah, as a driver, I much prefer it. It adds just something else that you wouldn't. That, for example, last year we didn't have.
Yeah, exactly. So, Tiziano Brioni is getting a bit of pressure from Ivan Leonov behind. Ivan started from the 5th place, I believe. So, he already moved up 1 position so far. Let's see if he can get another one here on the back of the Italian. Doesn't seem to be really close enough now. Tiziano did a good job on extending the gap a little bit more through sector 1. Now, through the last sector, all still not looking to go for an overtake. So perhaps the driver's also just getting to a feel with the car.
Getting to grips, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Biding their time.
Yeah, and then perhaps in a few laps' time. Also, DRS will open this lap. You see the DRS is open. Joupi Thijs is going to have to look out here for Brioni. Of course, the next straight, Brioni will also have the DRS. So if he gets a good exit out of turn 1, perhaps he has been saving a bit of fuel. Opening the DRS now. Making a move. Maybe he's coming close. He comes from far, but he decides not to go for that. It's a smart move because would have been coming from very far behind, and I'm not sure if Pitayas would have expected that from Tiziano Brioni.
No, certainly not a viable move in that situation.
Yeah, of course we also have a lot of new drivers here in the Pro Championship, so I think quite a few drivers are also taking it a bit slow, seeing which driver does what, which driver is a bit more aggressive. So maybe not everyone just going 100% full on attack mode yet, because you don't really know what your competitors are. However, Brioni just went wide out of the exit of turn 12, losing a lot of time. Ivan Leonov is now right on the back of him, and we see a car there in the gravel. It's a Netrex car, so that's Ballat's, or no, it's Indrek Remates, 28th place.
Yes.
Had some troubles.
He has a very bent suspension.
Ooh.
I'm assuming that's from lap 1.
That's definitely not working nicely for his car, the bent suspension. Now Leonov,
No.
can he do something into turn 2, turn 3? I don't think so. He's a bit too far back, and I think Brioni also still has DRS. No, he doesn't. Brioni doesn't have DRS. Leonov does have DRS, but it's not enough to get an overtake going. By the way, I say it again, if any of you guys have questions in the chat, please feel free to ask me or Dylan, and we will be happily answering them, at least hopefully.
Yeah, certainly.
If we're not too busy with commentating on the race. Let's take a look further down the back, actually.
Well, you say that, but Brioni's quite close to Rapide.
Is he now? Oh, yes, he
And
is.
tries, yeah.
Ooh, in the background
Could
there,
be
the
on.
ACR car of Van Logenberg almost spinning into the way of
Brioni's gone down the inside. And
look down the
doesn't
inside.
quite made it.
Yeah, looks down the inside of turn 13, backs out of it. Aggressive defense from Pitayas, I think. But
I think Gerloff got past Eugene Van Logenberg.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Van Logenberg went sideways almost through turn 12, the exit,
Right.
and Gerloff got past. I think Gerloff was lucky not to collect him, because he went rather slow through that corner.
Yeah. Once again, Brioni's quite close. Although he doesn't seem to get a good exit in turn 2, so don't think that one's on.
Now a bit further down the field, Janice Wolborn fighting for 15th place a little bit, together with Kats Rietveld and Thomas.
Thomas Andriani Haxel. I got that one right, though.
Right. Apologies if we mispronounce any names. Please correct us on that. We will try to learn them for the next time. but he seems to be a bit too far back to try and make a move. So let's get back to the lead train here. Brioni still on the back of the ACR driver of Jaapie Thijs. And in the meantime, Lawrence Doherty has pulled out a gap of 1.3 seconds already. Quite far ahead out of the DRS zone of Thijs. And doing a very good job so far. However, strategy is still going to be a very important thing. And pit stops are coming up in about 3 to 5 laps, I would say.
I'm expecting end of lap 10, maybe 11.
Yeah, maybe some drivers going for a 3-stop, already pitting earlier. But I think
we'll see.
The main strategy is going to be a 2-stop.
We have a question in the chat. Why doesn't the season go all year? Well, in a way, I don't think it's feasible or viable to do it all year round.
Yeah, drivers I think need a little break and need a little off season also to do something different. I mean, if you're already driving over half a year the same car basically at other tracks obviously, but if you do the whole year round, you're gonna drive the same car for a whole year. And Brioni again wide through turn 12, losing a lot of time. But what I was saying, if you drive the same car over and over again after a year, it's a bit boring.
A bit repetitive, and it gets really tiring as well because the practice you have to be competitive is quite a lot, and I don't think many people want to do that all year round.
Yep. And
maybe they want to go do another league somewhere, another car, something different.
Yeah, I think that's also the beautiful thing about FSR. We use a different mod, basically a different mod every year. Sometimes I think there has been season that it's not entirely a different mod, but slight changes.
14 and 15 were very similar.
Exactly. However, still different mods, physics-wise, tire-wise. So the drivers basically had to do pre-season testing all over again, get a base setup going. Lay it off sideways through turn 4, losing a lot of time. Car behind Cameron or Gerlof de Vries is now looking to maybe make that move. No, it's a bit too far back.
Yeah, just a bit too early on the throttle and the rear goes round. One of the things with this year's car, not like last year's was a bit more fitting on throttle, but this year you have to be very, very careful.
Yep, you definitely have to be, especially at the end of those tires. Tires, especially the rears, can get quite warm if you use them too much, and then you will get the consequences at the end of your stint. And we're seeing that with Leonov a little bit. Gerlof, not the best run through turn 11-12 and loses a bit of time as well. Lawrence Doherty has lost about half a second. Jaapie Thijs within DRS range this time. What has happened to him, I don't know. However, let's keep an eye out on...
My guess is his highway might be a bit high. And so he's starting to lose a bit of time, bit of understeer, bit of oversteer everywhere.
First car into the pits, Gerlof de Vries. Early stop for him.
Maybe he's trying to get the undercut. I will not be surprised about that.
Yep.
Also, Cameron Roger not far off Luca D'Amelio out of turn 2. Oh no! Cameron's lost it.
Ooh, sideways. Ooh, watch out on the rejoin. He hits the wall slightly. But I think his car is relatively okay. Steering seems straight. Yeah. Ooh, car smoking quite badly behind him. Don't know exactly who that is. But...
one behind him.
The Musto car.
One behind him is actually Gerlof de Vries.
Alright, maybe a lap.
Oh wait, the other one's a lap. Never mind.
Anyway, Gerlof de Vries now on the soft tires. Yeah, soft compound tires. So probably will be going for about, let's say
20 plus laps, I would assume.
Something like that, and then another soft stint going to the end.
All super soft.
Super soft, yeah. Perhaps we're gonna have to wait and see. But for now, he is in 13th place. He has got clean air, so that's nice for him. Can try to get that undercut working for him. Let's take a look back for the lead.
Doherty is in.
Yep, Doherty into the pit lane.
And... so let's see what his strategy choice is.
Stopping nice in time.
The super soft tyre.
Yeah, that's interesting. So different strategies among drivers. Always good to see. Now where will he rejoin?
Freeze. No, that's a lap car, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he rejoined relatively in clean air. That's good for him. He's got
I would assume. Valeria's going for a move on Susan, I think.
All right, let's take a look.
And
which position
I think
is
Matt
that?
performed the switch back on him, so stays the same.
Valeria also made... he started on the soft tire. And Tucson started on the super soft. And right behind him it's Frank Godrecki from Ideals Motorsport. So rather close. He's on the Otto soft tire. However, he has been on those tires for now almost
since the start of the race.
Yeah. So those tires are going to be pretty worn out.
Considering he's in dirty air as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him over this lap. That's a Toro Brezzo car.
Toro Brezzo.
That is Michael Wilson.
Tucson needs to watch out for Valerio Nicolella, the Italian driver of Musta Racing, looking very, very eager to try and make that move. By the way, Leonov and Van Lokenburg into the pits from Oldenmenger as well. Jalpitaeus and Brioni still staying out. Brioni is pretty close as well, so let's take a look at them. They're coming through the first sector now.
You see, Gerlof de Vries' undercut has worked perfectly. He's ahead of Leonov now.
Nice.
I think we've had a crash. Frank Godrecki and Lawrence Doherty have crashed.
Oh, Lawrence
the
Doherty.
net race leader. Yeah.
Oh, without a front wing as well, and he's parked the car.
I think his suspension's gone.
Yeah. What has happened there?
By the looks of it, Frank lost it out of turn 2 and Lawrence had nowhere to go. That is really unfortunate.
So let's take a look. Lawrence was behind them. Coming into turn 1, Frank indeed lost it. Worn tires, worn ultra softs, and Lawrence Doherty really couldn't do anything basically. Suspension damage, no front wing. End of his race. Really, really unfortunate for him, and he will be gutted. He was basically leading this race, and now he's all the way down in the pit lane. DNF for him. Brioni into the pit lane. Pitaeus still stays out. Almost 12 laps now on this set of ultra soft tires. Perhaps going for one stop, I wanted to say, but
well, I don't think that's
stretching it. And he needs to
very much
still do 30 laps on the soft tire. That's not gonna happen, I think. Brioni, for me, is on the ultra soft. I'm not sure if that's
for me as well, correct? On the ultra softs.
All right, so double ultra soft for Brioni. Pitaeus is leading the race, and Brioni will be catching him quickly. Has got the free air and will try to get that undercut working on João Pitaeus. João really needs to get set a good lap time here if he wants to prevent that undercut from working. And I think he's coming in this lap. I would assume so.
And I'd hope he'd turn up the engine to try and defend from this undercut because it's quite powerful.
Yeah, especially with super soft tire or with ultra soft tires.
Yeah.
If he went to the softs, then it wouldn't be that bad. Be around the same.
Well, I think he'll be on the softs after this stint. I think ultra and then softs is a interesting strategy. I think it's viable.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Now let's see. He comes into the pit lane, comes into the last corner, and indeed it's coming in. So let's keep an eye out. This is gonna be close on the exit, surely. Valerio Nicolella and Matthew Tucson also still battling for P2. He is also going for ultra softs again, I think. So interesting.
Could be close.
Here we go.
Could be very close.
Actually,
maybe not.
Not really, but turn 1, of course, is gonna be way worse for João Pitaeus. He's gonna need to watch out for Matthew Tucson and the car of Valerio Nicolella and of course Brioni. Ooh, a bit of contact there. Tucson and Brioni was trying to avoid the incident. Spins around almost, loses.
Brioni just lost the rear end trying to avoid them.
Yeah, exactly. And now loses another 2 positions to Hell of the Vries and Ivan Leonov, who are both on different strategies. Definitely won't help Brioni for fighting for the lead here. And Pitaeus seems to have the upper hand here for now.
Yeah, I don't know, that move from Tucson was a bit optimistic. I don't see the point of it. You're on different strategies, the car head is faster. Has proved to be faster all race and is on faster tyres. I don't see the point of it.
Yeah, here we go.
In my opinion, that is, but
Brioni on,
some people.
on Leonov around the outside, turn 13. Is that going to work? Ooh, on the marbles. That's a tough place to be. And Leonov defending very hard, pushing him wider a little bit onto the AstroTurf. It's all kicking off now. Right in front as well, Gerlof de Vries. Right on the back of Valerio Nicolella. Let's see what Gerlof can do. Nicolella also has the DRS from Matthew Tucson, so he won't be that easy to overtake. Unless Gerlof has a much more top speed, but I don't think so. Into turn 3. All nice and tight.
He's still struggling with that rear end. In turn 3 just now, he just had the same incident as the lap before. He just lost it on entry.
Yeah.
Well, mid corner, but yeah. Maybe he cooked his rear a bit.
Perhaps he did indeed, and yeah, rear's cooking won't help you in the end of the stint. I told it already before. Now Nicolella also a bit of oversteer in the dirty air. Tucson been doing well so far in keeping him behind. However, a lot of dirty air through turn 11 and 12. Loses a lot of time. Now Gerlof de Vries is close. Will he be able to perhaps make a move? No, not
Certainly
yet.
not into that corner.
Now Brioni is close again to Leonov. What can he do coming onto the start-finish straight? Gerlof de Vries makes the move up the inside of Nicolella. An optimistic move into the second to last corner, but didn't make it stick. And they made also made contact. Now it is
Brioni on Leonov.
Yep. On the inside, both have DRS, but Brioni has the momentum going into turn 1. Makes the move stick. Nicely done there. A bit wide on the curb, but good move from the Italian. Needed to make that move as well, because of course on that different strategy, on the ultra soft tire, in traffic now, Pitaeus is just driving away with the win for now. Almost 6 seconds,
gone.
7 seconds even to Brioni. In only, what is it, 4 laps time. Definitely struggling here, Tiziano Brioni. Now Gerlof de Vries on the inside.
Yep.
Into turn 9. Goes deep, hits the anti-cut a little bit, but makes the move stick. Ooh, Brioni on the grass a little bit. Had difficulties on the exit.
No room for a cutback there, so that was... Once you make the move stick and you don't go wide, he can't get back at you there.
Yeah, Brioni may want to talk to his teammate. Please, let me by.
Different strategies maybe. Just grass a bit.
He's getting a bit desperate, it seems, almost. Trying to get past these drivers that are on different strategies, but it's not working out for him so far. Now,
no, we got Eugene van Lagerberg and Luca D'Amelio joining in on this as well.
Valerio Nicolella for an early pit stop on the soft tire. Matt Tucson as well into the pit lane, both on lap 16 already. Let's see what tire Valerio will go to.
Is that another set? Yeah, it's another set.
Another set of softs, and Tucson will go for
another set of super softs.
And release close. Seems that Valerio has the better speed. Of course, they can't touch that white line. Now out of turn 1. Both will have coral tires, bit cold brakes. He is going to be the one into turn 3. Valerio around the outside. Maybe the switchback. No, good defending from Matthew Tucson here.
Oh, Gerlof has gotten past Tiziano Brioni?
Oh, yeah.
Or was that last lap?
No, wait. No, Brioni wasn't. Brioni was behind Vale.
Yeah, Nicolella.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. Too many Musto cars.
Yep. He got past Leonov, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this lap maybe able to get past De Vries if he gets a good exit out of the last corner. Needs to make sure it is a good exit. On the power he goes. DRS open. I think he's a bit too far back though. Perhaps not. A lot of top speed, uses the boost perhaps. Into turn 1 first. And
I'd
nice.
certainly hope he didn't use the boost.
Yeah, or the mixture, sorry. More engine mixture. Has the DRS as well down the second straight. And into the lead of the race. What did happen to Pitijs?
Oh, what? Oh, he stopped, I think. Again? You don't know?
That is interesting.
Yeah, his last lap was a 33.1, so certainly...
Did he stop? Let's see if I can find out.
But Ultrasoft's on again.
That's...
that says to me 3-stop. Well, I mean,
it must be.
It has to be 3-stop.
He did 4 laps on those tires. He must have locked up or something.
4?
Or...
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe a bit more than 4, but still. Oh, Michaela in the chat has mentioned maybe a drive-through for speeding.
Oh, could be that, indeed. Could be a drive-through penalty.
That's possible.
But that's making the race interesting again.
Certainly.
So, Pitijs in 4th place now. Behind this train of drivers for the lead of the race. Gerald de Vries is certainly not out of contention yet with his different strategy. Soft tires, he's been going on those for 18 laps now. Leonov is trying to defend from João Pitijs on the inside of turn 1. Now Pitijs will have DRS, same for Leonov. However, who will have the better top speed? More slipstream for Pitijs, very late braking and way too late braking. He makes contact with Gerlof de Vries. I don't know what he was thinking there, but just made the most massive dive bomb I've seen in the whole my whole career here in Formula Sim Racing. Loses the front wing, hits Gerlof de Vries. Gerlof de Vries, I think, has suspension damage as well. Yeah, definitely has the suspension damage. Losing out back to 6th place already. Tom Oldenegger got past him already. But what a move from Pitijs. Definitely something the race director is gonna have to take a look at after the race.
Yeah, even Daniel Ricciardo wouldn't make a move like that.
No, exactly. It's rather aggressive. Let's say it like that, and quite unnecessary.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Van Lokkenberg now in 2nd place. Luca D'Amelio in 3rd. We haven't seen much of these drivers, but now they are suddenly fighting for podium positions. Tom Oldenegger as well. He's been relatively quiet through these races. We haven't seen much of him, but now in the top 5, and perhaps with his soft strategy able to maybe gain another position or 2. Maybe podium in it for him. Almost halfway through the race now, by the way.
They've just been lurking there behind the train that we had, and now we've had a small incident. They're right up there. Yeah.
So this little battle for P2 is starting to shape out quite nicely as well. Ivan Leonov, the super soft tires, right behind Luca D'Amelio.
And with that, he is gone, basically. Well, he's not gone, but he's got no one there with him now.
For now he doesn't, but...
Yeah.
He still needs to be careful. I mean... I don't know his strategy, of course, but might be gonna stop more than some of these drivers. Or he is gonna lose out later in the stint. Of course, all these drivers are now on the soft tire. And they will
Robbie has his engine as well.
What?
Blown his engine.
Oh, well, that's
interesting.
Yeah. Already in lap 19, maybe some sort of downshift.
For a set of super soft. I don't know, but that's like quite early to blow your engine.
Yeah, definitely, it is.
Yeah, so him and Gerlof had stopped for a set of super softs during both of their strategies. Although both of their races as well, so now it is what it is.
Yep. So Leonov still struggling to get past these drivers. The Driller's driver in front, and then Eugene van Woggelenberg in front of him. Perhaps he's just saving a bit of fuel as well. Could be. To use later in the race. Of course, these guys in front of him are on different strategies.
Yeah, so not many battles now, just a
Here
bit stagnant.
goes Leonov down the inside, turn 13, late braking, hits the apex on the inside nicely and makes the move stick. I think so. Maybe he can do something in the next corner. No. So yeah, nice move there from Ivan Leonov, the next race driver. Gets P3 in this race, and would be very nice for him if he could grab that podium position at the end of the race.
Also, we're down to 16 runners out of 30 starters, which is not ideal.
Yeah, well,
Not even halfway.
alright, so Gerlof de Vries is still driving. P11 now. Steering wheel pretty bent though. Can see it. Definitely. Shame for him. He was doing so well up to that point, and basically out of his power, just got taken out. Very unfortunate. And you can see he almost has to weave the car on the straights to just keep it pointed in the right direction. Very bad suspension damage for him. The Invictus driver, nice. Ooh, he hasn't got a front wing. I wonder who that is.
Claudio Cunha.
Alright. Yeah,
What happened?
he hasn't got a front wing.
wee.
Needs to watch out on the grass.
Well, he got out of the way.
Yep, luckily he did. Now almost at the pit lane. So bent suspension. Difficult race for him.
And Leonov seems to be quite close to Van Woggelenberg, so
Yep, in the DRS range. Opens up the DRS. Let's see what he can do. Up the inside, turn 3. Takes a look. Doesn't make the move so far though. Maybe
quite
just-
sensible not to go for that.
Yeah.
What was Brioni's strategy? Ultra soft, and now he's put more on. I would expect him to
Yeah.
be stopping soon.
Yeah, you would indeed think so, and then go for a soft, I would say.
Yeah, I think soft is the
22 laps on
obvious
soft.
choice.
Doable. Yep. Yeah, somebody in the chat making the note. 16 out of 25 started left. It's actually 30 started. So it's even a bit more, but the overlay here only shows 25, otherwise it wouldn't quite fit if you put 30 cars there. But
Well, you wouldn't be able to see the names. It'd be
Yeah.
too small.
Anyway, Leonov is close. Turn 1, not the best. Turn 1, turn 2. DRS will open, perhaps into turn 3. He's got a lot of speed, maybe a bit of mixture as well. Higher engine mode. No, won't make
Yeah, not
the
close
move.
enough.
Marco Massetti comes into the pit lane. The Sabema driver. This is the team of Musto Racing.
Another set of softs for him.
Yep. will probably be going to the end of the race with those. That is what I would assume.
Yes, I think he did the ultra soft at the start, now soft and then soft again.
Right.
Although he did 15 laps on the soft, so I'm not sure if he'll get to the end, if it's the same idea as the last stint. Maybe 3-stop. Oh, Brioni's in.
Alright, Brioni into the pit lane. Take a look. Going for the soft tire.
Better softs. Yeah. Comfortably ahead of Cameron. Yeah, clean air for him.
Yeah, that's nice. So we can try to get an undercut going. He has at the moment got a gap of 13 seconds to the lead. So if the leader would pit, he would come out behind him. About pit stop delta of 18-19 seconds.
Yes, depending on how close you want to cut it.
Of course.
On the limiter. Van Logrenberg's made a mistake, and even Leonov is passed for the lead. And look at the melee, he's coming around the outside.
Is he gonna make that move? Ooh,
no.
Tough defending from Van Logrenberg, squeezing him into the wall almost. Luca decides to back out of it, but almost needed to slam on the brakes to avoid contact there.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting one. I don't know. I don't blame Logrenberg for not wanting him to be there, but I'm not sure if that was the most correct way of going about it.
Yeah.
Just lost the rear end a bit.
Ooh, makes the move into the last corner. I'm not sure what Van Logrenberg was doing there, but he had a very bad second to last corner, or yeah, second
like
to
his
last
rear
corner.
tyres are absolutely shot.
And they almost made contact actually. But
Yeah.
Luca taking the opportunity there and making the move. Now even has DRS down the back straight as well. And P2 for Luca D'Amelio. Nice job from him so far. Of course, he still has to make a pit stop though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Van Logrenberg in this lap. Let's see, yeah, he did 11 laps on ultras and 14 on these softs, but like they're gone already. Yeah. Oh.
Indeed, rear tires absolutely gone out of the turn 10. Just loses the rear, smashes into the wall. Lance Stroll will be proud of him. But
Bottas did something similar, I think, in 2014.
yeah, his suspension bent as well. Tough luck for Eugene Van Logrenberg. Just went too long on his tires or used his rear tires too much. And he has to suffer the consequences now.
Valerio Nicolella from Musto has closed up to the back of Cameron Roger the past couple of laps.
There we go, Cameron trying to defend, but I think some engine mixture being used there by the Musto driver, and he has got the position. DRS will open
Cameron
here as well. bit loose in the dirty air.
Where he lost it earlier on as well. And Van Logrenberg has parked it in the pit lane.
Right, so another DNF added to the list. Only
There's quite a few.
half the drivers so far have made it, and we're just over halfway through the race.
Yeah. No offense to Van Logrenberg, but his finishing record isn't quite high. Just say that. Hopefully, in the next couple of races, he can rectify it and score some points, because he certainly has the pace for it.
Alright. So Marco Marcetti is pretty close to Kars Rietveld, I think. Well, pretty close is a big word. Just about. Oh, whoa! Rietveld, lag spike, lag back for like 40-50 meters, and Marco Marcetti is now within DRS range. Perhaps he can do something into turn 1, turn 3. How long has he been on these tires, and how long has Kostic been on those tires? Ooh.
Who's that?
Massetti, P11.
He
Massetti
stopped
only
not
3
long
laps.
ago.
Yeah. Massetti only 3 laps. Rietveld also only 3 laps. So
Yeah,
both
they're both
on the
stopped.
same strat so far. Oh, Luca D'Amelio is into the pit lane. And so
That was
does
Tom Oldermenger.
Yeah, Tom Oldermenger. Set of softs for D'Amelio. That's interesting.
Super softs for Oldermenger.
Yeah, D'Amelio goes for the more safe strategy. Say it
Yeah.
like that.
I would agree with that.
So Luca D'Amelio softs will be setting quicker lap times than Cameron Roger. Roger, is he going to the end?
Don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Check.
19 laps so far on soft, so he will
Oh no.
stop
Yeah.
relatively soon, I would say, and then he will drop back to P18 or PP8, sorry, roughly around Gerloff, the Vries, his
Yeah.
teammate.
Although Gerloff has suspension damage, so I don't expect them to battle at all.
Leonov, how long has he been on his tires? I think he's been pretty long on those. 17 laps on the super softs.
That's quite impressive, actually.
That's good driving from him.
Whoa! A bit of oversteer at last corner. I think it might be time for a new set.
Yeah, I think his tires are giving up a little bit now, especially the rears. But the strategy is working out for him so far. He's got 5 seconds to Brioni, and Brioni Brioni doesn't have to stop again. Brioni is pretty quick at the moment. 5 laps on his soft stint, just did a 25.7.
Yeah. And
So-
Leonov did a 27.3. Okay.
Yeah. So he's closing in that gap rather quickly, and Leonov has to stop, so he will drop back to P3. P5 even, around Luca D'Amelio. I think that will be actually pretty close on the rejoin of Leonov. So, as it seems now, Brioni is still on for the provisional lead of the race.
Yes.
And so far nobody that can really challenge him. After the DNF of Eugene van Langenberg and Jouw Pitaes. Yeah. So far he's got everything to lose. Only got 15 laps to go. So let's see if he can.
And he is in, yes.
Yeah, into the pit lane.
So let's see. He has ultra softs, super softs now, and I would assume another set of super softs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Yep, another set of supers. Where will he rejoin?
Cameron Rogers also in, fitting a set of super softs
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
be close with Amelio. Amelio around the outside, turn 1. It's going to be close. On the marbles he needs to be. But now the slipstream in the DRS. No DRS for him.
Actually, this could be for the lead as well. Because Amelio has done 2 laps on his softs, and he will not have to stop again.
Yeah, true. But Brioni won't have to stop again either.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not for the lead. P2.
For P2, basically, yeah. But for now, Leonov has got the better hand. Of course, has got the fresh tires now, so should be able to pull out a gap in front of Luca D'Amelio.
Yes, definitely. I think he won't be more than a couple laps before Valerio Nicolella is in, and I'd expect him probably to fit ultra soft.
Yeah, you would assume so. 2 or 3 laps, and then it will be well, 10 laps to the end. That should be doable on a set of ultra softs. Right.
I think we could see Tom Aldermenga and Matt Tewson soon. So when did Matt put his tyres on? 14 laps ago. So he's due a pit stop and he's on older tyres. Tom Aldermenga is on newer tyres, so yeah.
Luca D'Amelio still sticking with Leonov so far. Gerlof de Vries into the pit lane, by the way. Is he going for another set of tires, or is he DNFing the car?
I looked away from Matt Tewson and Tom Aldermenga for 10 seconds, and Tom has gotten... Wait. Yeah, he's gotten past.
Oh, that's gone rather quick.
Yeah, quite
He's
simple.
already 1.5 seconds in front as well.
Oops.
Yeah, Tewson seems to be struggling a little bit now.
Yeah, he should be in this lap.
Nicolella, what are you doing? Is he going to pit this lap? You would assume so. With 16 laps as well in his previous stint. Here we go. Coming into the pit lane indeed. Now ultra soft or super soft?
Stays there.
Let's see. Ultra soft it is, so gonna be a quick one for Valerio Nicolella to the end. He's gonna be rejoining in P6.
7.
P7 was yeah, just behind Cameron Roger. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'd expect a fight out of that one.
Yeah, let's see what Valerio can do.
So Leonov on those fresh super softs has just gone purple last lap. Purple sector 1 again.
Yep, nice lap times from Leonov. Another purple lap there. You saw it on board.
Oh yeah, Matt is also in.
Alright. So he will be going for his final stint. Ultra softs, I would assume so too.
Yep. Yes. Don't expect him to catch Valerio or Cameron. So if nothing happens, I would expect that to be his finishing position.
Yeah. Right, so Brioni, 12 seconds, 13 seconds to Leonov now. Leonov is catching by almost 2 seconds a lap though. 11 laps remaining.
Gerlof and Marco Massetti for P9. Quite close, even considering Gerlof has suspension damage from earlier.
Yeah. I think this might get interesting, to be fair. However, last lap was a bit of a bad lap. Yeah, here we go. 25.5 from Brioni now. So Leonov is about 8/10 quicker a lap. And that's not going to be enough if he wants to catch him.
No,
12
certainly
seconds,
not.
11 laps. 10 laps even. Halos Vision Marco and Marcello are pretty close to each other. Let's take a look. Ooh, Gerloff almost looks to... His car is really bent. He almost looks to go like sideways across the straights.
Who's that?
Gerloff de Vries.
Oh,
Look at him, just... It's almost like his wheels are so much
Crabbing,
offset
yeah.
that... Yeah. Damn. Again, such a
well,
shame
it seems
for him.
drivable. Yeah,
Seems-
not even his control. Nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing he could do about it, and hopefully the race direction will have a look into that and punish the drivers accordingly, of course.
Speaking of that incident, Joao on earlier, I think, did apologise in public chat, so
All right.
better than nothing. It still
course.
doesn't take
Yeah.
away the fact that you ruined his race and Kirloff's.
Exactly. Alright, so can Gerloff make a move with his car being in such a state? He is on fresher tires, at least faster tires than the car in front of him. But it's not going to be easy for him. Probably also lost some top speed because of the damage.
Yeah, also Valerio has caught up to Cameron.
Alright. Was to be expected, of course.
Yes.
Let's take a look. Ultra soft versus super softs. Valerio flying so far.
Oh, we've just had a message in the chat. Haven't we spoken about Kat Streitfeld? Well, that's a good point, actually. He has come from 26 on the grid, now 8.
Yeah, good job.
Even considering all the incidents that happened, quite an achievement.
Yeah, he's, I think, mainly done a good job of avoiding the incidents.
Yes.
And in the pro division, you can see that might help you quite a lot. Just steer clear of the incidents. Maybe not even be the quickest driver, but then you get to the finish line. And a phrase probably everyone knows in racing and sim racing: finish first. First you have to finish. And Gus doing exactly that. Maybe not finishing first, but he's at least finishing.
Still getting points.
Yeah, he's still getting points. I think 8th place gives you about 7-8 points out of the top of my head.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly.
I know
as
it's
well.
top 15, you get points, I think, in pro,
Yeah,
but
yeah, true.
I don't know anything else. Well, the win gets 25, but after that it's all a bit different.
Exactly. Anyway, you will get points. Of course, should be happy about that. Very nice race so far for him. First race here in FSR. Always nice to see Dutch people doing well.
Dutch seem to do quite well in everything that they do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, football they've been doing great.
Well, apart from winning the final, but
Well,
yeah,
qualifying for the next 3 World Championships.
that's also true.
Anyway, let's not begin about that. Valerio is
Hey,
still
it's
struggling.
not
If
well,
I'm honest,
yeah.
Valerio is struggling to get close enough to Cameron Rossi to make a move stick. Maybe he has to save fuel. We've seen him do a couple of overtakes that seemed to have used higher engine mixtures. Maybe he needs to save fuel to get to the end of the race now. Because it seems he's just not getting close enough to Cameron Roger. Maybe Cameron, also the other way, has been saving a bit of fuel and can use a bit more now.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, we don't know. We can only guess.
Leonov now 9 seconds behind Brioni. And there is, what is it? 6 laps to go. It's gonna be difficult. Tisano doesn't make any mistakes. He should be able to win this race. However, knock on wood, everything can still happen. It's the Pro Division after all.
Yes. Let's try and not curse anyone.
Vale, around the outside, turn 1. That's not gonna happen. Back marker got in the way a little bit of Cameron Roger. However, now out of turn 2, we'll have the DRS around the outside into turn 3. Is this gonna happen? Gonna be a difficult one. Turn 3, make a little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel banging. Ooh, a little bit more contact. Wheels tangle, interlock. Oh no, Cameron spins. Oh, and loses his front wing.
He lost his front wing as well.
Too much power. Too much power on the exit of turn 4 and then loses the rear. Also on the marbles. Definitely not a place where you want to apply so much power. I guess he wanted to try to get an undercut working or a switchback working on Valerio, but
yeah, I wouldn't blame Valerio for what happened to Cameron Roger, but move was, I don't know, it's aggressive.
So limping back to the pit lane now, Cameron Roger. And getting passed by Matthew Tucson there. Or
yeah,
I think that's Cash result. No, that's
both flag-to-flag cars hit with incidents.
Yeah. One of them totally out of his power, but Cameron there, I'd say, in control. Or rather, not in control. But,
yeah.
Oh, there's somebody in the pit lane. Whoa! Network's car, Network's traditional car, almost ran into Cameron Roger as he entered the pit lane. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Balaz Galliard. No idea.
Oh yeah. He had come into the pit lane and lost the rear end, I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where have I seen that happen before?
Well, Cameron out of the pit lane. Fresh tires, fresh front wing. 5 laps to go. Let's see what he can do. Now Valerio will be closing in on Tom Oldenberger. However, he is 9 seconds behind him. 10 seconds even. Surely that's a bit too far for him to close in 4 laps. Somebody asks, so now what does this do to his car? I don't really know F1 cars. When you lose your front wing, you basically lose a lot of grip on the front end of your car. A lot of downforce you lose there. And then indeed you will get understeer. You'll get a lot of understeer.
A lot indeed. And I just won't turn.
Yeah, exactly. Basically you have to turn twice, maybe even 3 times as much to get the car turned in. And you need to go a lot slower. You saw it there on board with Cameron Roger that he went really slow, trying to get back to the pit lane.
Even going slowly, had to apply tons of steering lock just to get around the corner.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, so yeah, all the gaps relatively big. Everybody just needs to do his thing, get to the end of the race. Couple of laps remaining. Just keep driving. Make sure you don't cook the tires too much. Well, as there's not too much happening right now in the race, let's ask our viewers, what do you think is going to happen in the World Championship race?
Well, I'm not the viewer, but I think it will be very, very close.
Yeah, we've got 3 champions: Peter Briljak, Jeroen Kwieko, and Mohamed Patel. All 3 driving.
Yeah, all 3 wanting to start out the season.
Yeah.
With a positive.
I think it's going to be very,
It'll
very
be a cracker.
interesting. Yeah, of course. We also got Jurne Simmercic still driving. He has been a runner-up champion, or
2 years in a row.
Runner-up for the championship 2 years in a row, indeed. So he's definitely somebody to keep an eye out for. Now driving for ACR, he made the switch from Ghost Speed to ACR this year. Will be alongside Michi Hoyer. I think Michi will also be somebody that definitely needs to be looked out for. Maybe won't be as quick as the champions.
No, I don't expect him to be, but I think he'll be up there.
Yeah. Remco Major saying, I'm going to win. All right.
Well, good luck with that, Remco.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
I think also another team to watch out will be the Musto sister team, Sabema, with Michele D'Alessandro and Marco Conti. I think could be quite fast.
Yeah, for sure. Michele is a fast driver. Hasn't. I think Michele is a very quick driver. He's proven so as well in World Championship races. Last year in 2016, he's won the race in Austria 2016.
Yes.
So he's definitely got the pace, but often his races are either filled with incidents or some tough luck, and then manages to not finish the race. Even if he's in a rather good position. So.
And what about you, Felix? I think you're making, well, not your debut, but it'll be your rookie year in World Championship. What are your expectations?
Expectations? Well, I don't know, to be fair. There's so much good drivers on the grid. I think I'll be happy if I finish in the top 10. I'll be happy with myself. Maybe if I'm lucky, top 5 is in there, but that's I think optimistic.
Need some incidents.
Yeah, that's optimistic to say, because I mean, top 5, you've already got 3 world champions that you would need to
and then
finish behind. And Simoncic. Gosby is also somebody definitely needs to look out for. He has won 2 races last year, I think, 2 out of the top of my
No, just the one at Silverstone.
Just the one at Silverstone,
and got pole at Monza.
Right, so he's definitely a very quick driver. So it's definitely, it's all to say.
Yeah. And let's not forget the Thrustmaster team with the F1
definitely.
Esports finalist Gianfranco Giglioli and David Greco.
Yeah, David Greco, of course. I'd say one of the most experienced drivers in Formula Sim racing at the moment.
Yes.
I don't even know how many seasons he's done, but he's been around since 2004 or 5. I don't even know, but he's been around quite a long time.
Yes.
And he has got quite a resume, of course. Did the Visa Vegas e-race as well.
I think he got fastest lap in that.
Yeah, he did. So got some money of that as well. So he's someone to look out for, definitely for the official Thrustmaster team as well. So they've got some backing from also our sponsor, Thrustmaster.
Gerlof de Vries is not far off Cas Freitveld.
All right, let's take a look. Oh!
It seems he's forced him.
What's happening here?
He forced him into a mistake.
Marco Lupini
Cas
as
has
well.
gone from, Cas has gone from what, 7th down to 10th on the last lap.
A lot of cars involved here in this battle as well.
I think we got a bit carried away with
Cameron
Championship then.
might be able to take 8th position here, coming into turn 9, taking the inside line, pushing him wide a little bit there. Aggressive move, aggressive overtake there, but
well,
I guess it's okay.
Last lap, all or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Now Cas Rietveld lost 2 positions. Unfortunate for him, he was doing so well, but might be still, at least he will get a top 10 finish. However, Tiziano Brioni, let's take a look at him. He has already finished, I think. Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
he
yes,
has finished.
they've finished.
So Brioni
5 seconds to
has
Leonov.
won the first race here of the Pro Championship. Very, very good job from the Musto driver. Ivan Leonov finished in second position. Very, very good job from the Networks driver. Has been doing well in the Winter Series past year or past winter. And shows that he is definitely somebody that will be able to fight for podiums here in the Pro Championship. Luca D'Amedio, very nice debut here in the Formula Sim Racing Championship as well. Third place for him. Tom Oldenmenger in fourth. Valerio Nicolella in fifth. Matt Tucson in sixth. Good job from him. Gerlof de Vries, even after all the events that happened, in seventh. Cameron Roger in eighth. Marco Lupini lost out in the last lap in ninth place. And then Gaz Rietveld rounding up the top 10. What a race this has been.
Certainly, yeah.
Definitely a very interesting one. A lot of cars not making it to the end of the race. But we had some nice battles as well.
We did.
Some incidents, obviously, but I think especially in the Pro Championship, that is something that's gonna happen. And somebody in the chat also saying, can't wait for evening. Want to see Mr. Callas racing. Callas, of course.
Oh,
Totally
yes.
forgot about that as well. Callas,
Ace champion
Ace
from last
champion
year.
last year, will be driving as well in World Championship, and he's been quick in the World Championship last year as well. He's got a podium, a P2 even.
Yes, and the final round of Brazil. So yeah.
So he is somebody to watch out for as well. Good race, says Matt T Gaming in the chat. Yeah, congrats, man. Good race from you as well. And I think it's time to close off.
I would agree. I have to go and race Ace.
Yeah, Ace Championship. The qualifying session will start in around 1 hour.
Yes.
The broadcast will start in 1 hour's time. You will have me commentating as well as Cameron Roger, I believe. So stay tuned for that. Or after that, at 17:30 p.m. the World Championship race will begin, or at least the stream for the World Championship race, and the qualifying will begin. Make sure you tune in for that. As we've said here before, it's going to be an incredibly exciting race, and I can't wait.
That one's going to be a cracker.
It's definitely going to be. Anyway, Dylan, thanks for joining me in the commentary booth today.
Yes, thank you. You too.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks to the drivers for giving us an exciting race once again, and thanks to you, the viewers, for joining in and commenting as well. Nice conversations in the chat. Anyway, time to close off. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in 1 hour's time for the Ace Championship, and after that, especially for the World Championship at 17:30 GMT. Until then, take care.